I've created a Santa Claus cake and a snowman cake, and you can do it too. I'm gonna tell you how. To make both these cakes simple as pie, I baked 2 6-inch round vanilla cakes for each cake, so there's 4 layers of cake. I removed them from their pans, leveled them, layered them, and then soaked all the layers with simple syrup. Now I'm gonna fill and stack these layers as 2 cakes with Italian meringue buttercream. So it's just 4 layers of cake, 3 layers of buttercream, and then I'm gonna crumb coat and chill each cake. This would be amazing with like score bits inside. I should have filled Santa's cake with like candy or chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, candy cake.
Isn't that his thing?
Cake,
Yeah.
What kind of cakes?
Vanilla.
Oh, they're vanilla.
What?
You usually do chocolate for Christmas cakes.
I said this is beginner. I'm starting at the basics. I chose vanilla. Is it because there's no chocolate cake here today and you're leaving? Oh, I'm sorry. So while you're away, I'm gonna remake the lemon blueberry pancake cake. I have a lemon blueberry pancake cake, and Orhan missed the filming of that cake, and then everyone talked about how good it was. And for years he kept saying he never got to try it. You got to try it last time. Where am I? Cakes are crumb coated. Now I am going to ice my cakes one more time and chill. I hate to say it, guys, but it's turning into winter butter season here. Not only does winter affect butter, but it affects buttercream. So I actually had a bit of a hard time icing my cake. I decided to chill it again and then just go back and smooth it. I prefer, when I'm trying to ice cake perfectly, to just do it in stages. Sometimes the more you use the bench scraper, you just scrape it off, and next thing you know, it's crooked and blah, blah, blah. Just take your time. Okay, so cakes are iced. Now it's time for fondant. One of these cakes I am covering with white fondant for the snowman, and then the other with a flesh tone fondant. I know what compilation we've never made. Flesh tone cakes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's a lot. This is a good place to practice rolling your fondant as thin as you can get it. You know, you want it to be like an 8. Look, I will show you. Did I just put everything out of focus?
Oh, no, it's okay.
This is Santa. Oh, I just did a reveal. Oh, they saw it in the thumbnail. Look, so see how it's not very thin if you look at the flesh? I mean, not very thick.
Don't call it flesh when it's like all the thing.
No, I won't do that. Okay, so Mrs. Claus sent me. Remember last week? I haven't forgotten. Fondant nice and thin, drape it over top, and the first thing you want to do is smooth along the top edge. This is to stop the weight of the fondant from pulling. Then smooth the sides, let all the excess air out the bottom. Smooth the top. If there's air, put a little prick with a pin and release the air. And then, why am I losing my breath? And then trim away the excess fondant from the bottom of the cake. I always push it in a little because fondant has elasticity and it wants to pull back and pull up. So push it in, make sure it's right up against the cake, and cut away the excess. Gertrude? Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here with him. Yes, I caked him. I didn't make him look that good. Okay, perfect, it's working.
Gertrude. Oh, I need to go to comments and see if anyone was like offended by us.
I know, we shouldn't have laughed. That was mean. So for the hats, I'm going to make them out of Rice Krispie. I made my sculpting Rice Krispie mixture, which is just melted marshmallows in the microwave, added to Rice Krispie. The most annoying part is just getting this mixture to come together. They each wear a hat. That's why I chose these two. Once it's together, it's perfect because you can really compress it into any shape you want. I was thinking about making Santa and Mrs. Claus, but then I didn't think they'd be in the room together, to be honest, yeah. And quite frankly, with all the work that Gertrude is getting done, I didn't know how to portray that on the cake, you know what I mean? Now I'm gonna let the mixture completely set before I remove the hats from the glasses.
The lights are now. I'm so stupid.
Am I not well lit? Mr. Claus told you to do this, I know it. I know it was Mr. Claus. He knows me and Gertie are besties. Do I look better now? For Santa, I mainly want to focus on like his beard, his mustache, his brows. He's what they call a silver fox. Cut out the hair, the beard, and then I used a veining tool to just add texture. This is why this is so much fun, because you can't really go wrong. You actually don't want them to be perfectly spaced. That's not what, clearly, That's not what hair looks like. It's not stripes, it's hair, right? Individual strands. For his mustache and his eyebrows, I'm going to make them a little bit two-dimensional, so I'm rolling out tubes, thinning them out on one end, and then still adding that texture with the veining tool. So I just carefully glued it to the fondant on the cake, and then I lifted the edge and put the other little pieces underneath. Just make sure with his hair, you want to go from the edge up to the center, the same way your hair grows out of your head.
His barber has done him dirty though.
Why?
He cut so much from the back. Like, whose hair is that?
I just didn't wanna cover the whole cake white. Santa went through a little bit of a phase and he shaved the back of his head. All right? He's cute.
Right now he doesn't have eyes and head, right?
I was like, Orhan, he has eyes. And then I realized he didn't have a nose. So I made a nose out of leftover flesh-colored fondant. I think he put a little foundation on. For the eyes, I just rolled out some black fondant really thin. I used a piping tip to cut out the circles. And then I used a smaller piping tip and I cut out white circles from gum paste for the catch lights. So for Santa's hat, I'm gonna roll out some red fondant. I'm going to wrap it around the hat because it's so pointy, I don't wanna drape it. It's just gonna poke a hole and stretch. Cut a clean seam, cut away the excess. And then I'm going to add a band of white fondant along the bottom of the red. And I wanted texture on the hat. So for this, I'm using shredded coconut. I decided to glue it on. You wouldn't believe what happened in the studio. I ran out of piping gel.
Oh.
Can you guess what his pom-pom is?
It's not fondant.
Nope.
Can I smell it?
Okay, but the smelling is it's gonna be a giveaway. Go ahead.
What is it?
It's a marshmallow. I snipped it all the way around with scissors. All right, let us talk about the snowman.
Is that the wingman for Santa?
Yeah, so the snowman is even simpler than Santa in my opinion. The most difficult part about the snowman is making the carrot and securing it on a lollipop stick so that it will be able to stick into the cake without falling down. So let's make the carrot ahead of time. You're gonna roll out a tube of orange fondant, make a pointer at one end. Then you're going to carefully insert a lollipop stick almost all the way to the tip. Once it's in place, you can just sort of perfect the shape of the carrot, and then you're gonna use a paring knife and I just wiggled the carrot back and forth to make lines in the carrot. That's it. Then you want to set it aside to let it dry. For the face, I laid my template on the table. I rolled out a cord of black fondant and just put it on top of the smile, cut it to size, made the little, what do you call this? You know, you know how cartoons have the other lines? Yeah. Is it a dimple?
Yes.
But people don't always have dimples right here. You could have a dimple like here. For his eyes, I was thinking about how originally rolled up black fondant used a small round cutter to cut out 2 eyes. And then I thought snowmen don't really have flat eyes. I like how I'm talking about them like they're real. But as the saying goes, you make the eyes out of coal. And so what I did is I pressed fondant into 2 measuring spoons I have that are exactly the same size. I just greased the inside, pressed it in. I think I did this technique for another snowman I made on the channel who's much more famous. I do need to secure these eyes in place with toothpicks. So I put toothpicks into the cake, put the eyes on top, and then for the smile, I'm just gonna brush some water onto the fondant and line up the smile and his little dimples. Yeah, and you know what I found really hard about him, and I still don't think he looks right? His catch lights look weird. He has been up all night. I think he has anxiety. Yeah. He heard tomorrow's gonna be rather warm and he's thinking, my days are numbered. His nose got moved because when I cut the cake, it pushed on the dowel. I tried several different size catch lights, and you know what I think is wrong? Because the eye is a dome and they're supposed to be in the same place, They still don't look like they're in the same place, but when they were larger, he looked really dilated. I like this snowman. He looks pissed. He's like, why do you keep building me if I'm gonna melt? Can we do a close-up? Tell me when. I can't? Guys, make me. I'll be your snowman. He's terrifying, isn't he? Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I completely gave up. I kept trying on the eyes. I was like, I don't know why they look right. I pulled it off. I put a flat eye on. It didn't look any better. And I was like, forget it. For the brim of his hat, I did want it to curve up a little. What I decided is I found a little plate in our prop room. I rolled it out, laid it on the plate, trimmed it, and now I have to cover the hat. It seems like this would be easy, however, because the hat is a bit tapered, that's always harder. There's more excess fondant, so it's harder to work out the excess in the creases. If you really can't do it, you can just gather the fondant around and make sure the seam of the hat is at the back. Now it is time to add the hat to the top of the cake. And now with some red fondant, I'm gonna cut out a strip. I had to cut out 2 strips and just line them up around the base of the hat. It's looking a bit leprechaun-y. Then I cut out a little flower and hid the seam on the band. And he also needs a scarf. So I rolled out more red fondant. I used a textured rolling pin to add texture to it. I cut out 2 bands, and then I just sort of made it look like it was wrapped around his neck and knotted to the side. You wanna make sure to fold down the fondant so it's not like right up under his mouth, but he still looks scary. I don't know what I did.
God, it's like even worse.
Hi everyone. And now he has super weird eyes because I squashed them, watch. Hi kids. Does he look less scary with the oval eyes? He does look less scary.
Yeah.
Why? Why does he look less scary? Why? I should have done this yesterday. I fixed it. I fixed it, everyone. He's happy now.